Howdy, I would once again like to introduce you to me, Kellen Goodall, and of my company, KP Collective. So, today we will be looking at our competitors, the ones that I could find, and also how we can outmaneuver them in the industry, specifically how they market as well, and how we can take measures to market better than them, and also maybe take some pieces from their marketing and add it into our strategy as well. So we'll scroll down the website until we get to our competition. So I was actually really struggling to find 4 companies that met the criteria of Native American owned and that also bid on federal contracts and had some history in construction. As you can see, Prime Physicians Network mostly does medical. They don't really mess with construction too much. But All Native Group is obviously a Native owned company, and they are a construction bidder, and also similar to my company, they like to bid on a wide scope of things. Begesh Incorporated, also similar in that aspect. And Hawktea is another medical company that isn't Native American owned. These are the only 2 Native American owned companies I can find. But Prime Physicians and Hawktea are both, I found at least 5 contracts that had been already awarded to these 2 companies. So they definitely have their foot in the door and are making lots of money. And I'd like to study how they originally got their first bids and see if I can learn from them. But how to outmaneuver these companies? Well, it's simple. The Prime Physicians Network and the Hawktea aren't per se direct competition, but they are close because they're not Native American owned. I'm not entirely sure. I couldn't find what type of if they were minority owned or woman owned, anything along those lines, but I do know they weren't Native American owned, which automatically gives us the upper hand in that case. Even though they are more specialized and have more history behind them, we can use that to outmaneuver them. And with these 2 companies that are already have their foothold in, well, they also are Native American owned, but we can outmaneuver them by simply just bidding on lots and lots of contracts. They can't award every single construction contract to these 2 companies. And I was unable to find where they're based out of, but the odds are it's probably not Texas, specifically not San Antonio, Texas, which is where we look to do a lot of our initial work. And by just bidding on contracts in this local area, San Antonio, Austin, even Dallas, Houston area, I think it gives us a very good chance of success to outmaneuver these companies, even if they're blind to these potential contracts. And how do they market? Well, there wasn't really anything special. They all market the same. I studied a few other government contracting companies that also have a very similar and basic form of marketing. So they all have a website similar to mine, maybe a little bit more professional. And it just lists, it's more of a portfolio. It describes their company, their story, and then it has a portfolio of all of their accomplishments, their past contracts, their upcoming projects, and it just gives a very good description of the services they offer, the services they look to offer in the future, and also like their keys to success, you could say. Their culture, what makes them special, why you should work with them. All Native in specific All Native and Prime both had, I think, very professional websites, and they really try to appeal to a specific market, especially Prime Physicians. Their whole website was tailored to the medical field. The first thing you see when you go on there is pictures of doctors, physicians. So it looks some to a government contractor who's like trying to find this company that they should work with. They see this, like, oh, they know what they're talking about. They can fulfill this contract in a good time, efficiently and cost effectively. So that's something that we can do, is take our niche and put it on our website, start there, and then once we expand our niche, add different elements to our website. And I think that'll truly help us become successful. So thank you for your time once again, and